Kelly May, a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Beta Delta Omega chapter. I began my AKA membership in 2018 as an undergraduate at Lambda Iota chapter located at Millsaps College. I am honored to serve as host of the 8th episode of BDO Turns 90, a walk down memory lane, the years 1994 through 2003. Today's conversation is with Dr. Candace Love Jackson, a 1994 initiate of Gamma Omicron at Tougaloo College. After earning her baccalaureate degree in English from Tougaloo, she earned her master's and doctorate in English from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. She has enjoyed teaching in administrative positions at Tougaloo College, Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville, Kentucky State University, and now at Jackson State University. Good afternoon, Dr. Jackson, and welcome to our podcast.
Hello, Kelly, and thank you for inviting me to speak to you today.
I know we're talking about the history of BDO from 1994 through 2003, but I'd like to start with a bit about your personal history with the sorority. Gamma Omicron is celebrating their 75th anniversary this year as well, correct?
Yes, it's a wonderful milestone for the chapter, but to know that it shares this moment with Beta Delta Omega makes it even more special.
That is wonderful. 1994 is a special year, I see.
Yes, in more ways than one. I'm so grateful to discuss this period of Beta Delta Omega history because I was initiated in 94 with 25 of the most amazing women that I love to this day. And Beta Delta Omega has been so instrumental in my development as an Alpha Kappa Alpha woman. And I remain grateful to our advisors. I have to give them a shout out. Barbara Hilliard, Charlene Cole, and Ixie Williamson. And so for the chapter in 1994, H.A.N. Jones was president of Beta Delta Omega. And this was a period of substantial change for the sorority.
Yes, I've heard that she was a phenomenal president.
She was. President Jones she definitely served Alpha Kappa Alpha well. And under her leadership, the chapter committed to more philanthropic efforts with Matt's House, a facility for women and children.
Beta Delta Omega definitely has a legacy on community service, particularly for women and children.
Yes, it's important to understand that each president has substantially built upon that legacy. And that's what has always made Beta Delta Omega stand out as a premier chapter, in my opinion, anyway.
Absolutely, I completely agree. But what else occurred during this period?
Well, under Jones's leadership, Beta Delta Omega also began solidifying a presence at the international level. Several members served on international committees. Juanita Sims Doty served as on the membership committee. Esther Martin Rigsby served on the Constitution Committee, and Ernestine Holloway was the chair of the Honorary Members Committee. So, and also President Jones earned the Vanessa Rogers Long Humanitarian Award at the regional conference that year.
That really sets the tone of service. How do you follow that?
Well, you think it'd be difficult, but the next administration under Terrence Walker made it look easy. Again, we continue to build.
And what else can you tell me about the chapter under her administration?
President Walker had such a record of service before coming into Beta Delta Omega that she was poised to succeed President Jones. Now, imagine being president and hosting a regional conference within 3 months of taking office and also chairing a cluster conference.
Oh, I cannot imagine, and quite frankly, I don't want to.
I know, neither do I. But as an undergraduate, it was my first regional conference, and boy, we had a time. I actually even won the highest GPA for the region that year. So it was definitely a good time for all of us.
Oh, I bet it was. What else could possibly have happened? I would think that those two conferences would have taken up most of chapter's business.
You would think, but under Walker's leadership, we established the Coleman Alexander Prosser Foundation, or as we like to call it, CAP. And so 2 students also received full scholarships to attend the Vanessa Rogers Long, AKA Partners in Mathematics and Science, PIMS, summer camp at Piney Woods Country Life School.
That's awesome. The CAP Foundation has been around for nearly 30 years. They definitely made a big impact.
Yes, what we've accomplished in service to the community through the foundation has really been amazing. Each administration of Beta Delta Omega has just taken it to the next level.
And Mitzi D's Page served as the next president, correct?
Oh, yes. And when we were in school, we had to say her whole name. It was a sign of respect. We always said Mitzi D's Page.
Her whole name every time.
Yes, ma'am. Every time.
Wow. How did the chapter prosper under her administration?
Well, probably one of the most important points was that Beta Delta Omega fulfilled a commitment of $20,000 in endowed scholarships at both Jackson State University and Tougaloo College.
That is significant.
Yes, remember, we're builders. So we developed such a presence in service that the international president at the time, Eva Lois Evans, during the sororities uh, during the sorority's 90th anniversary observance, attended.
Now that is impressive. Anything else?
Yes, well, our work with healthcare expanded. We held symposium. We held a symposium for women featuring female physicians. You know, even then, the numbers of female doctors in Mississippi were small but growing. And Beta Delta Omega, as always, was at the forefront and on the right side of history in their support of female doctors in Mississippi.
And we have so many physicians of all specialties in the chapter now. We're literally covered from head to toe.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
What other accomplishments did Beta Delta Omega have during this period?
Well, after Mitzi D's Page, Maddie Saunders Jones served as president. And so this was another significant period because two things happened that really set us apart. The first was that the chapter became a founding partner with Mississippi Habitat for Humanity's Women's House. And the second was that Mississippi House Bill 280 was signed by Governor Ronnie Musgrove on Friday, May 5th, 2000, authorizing the State Tax Commission to produce a distinctive vanity license tag for Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, right? So our very own C. Denise Wright designed the tag, and House of Representatives sorority member Mary Coleman sponsored the bill.
I didn't realize that. That is truly amazing. Beta Delta Omega in the halls of the state legislature and on the road.
Yes, we are everywhere. You can believe that. We are everywhere.
Now, anything else?
Always. The chapter hosted another international president, Norma Solomon White, attended our 66th Founders Day observance.
Glenda Haynes served as president during that time, correct?
Yes, now this is another. I mean, I know I keep saying it, right? But this is another productive period for the chapter. The Haynes administration really focused on national program targets, education, the Black family, health, the arts, and economic empowerment. Beta Delta Omega committed herself in service to every area. We sponsored challenge bowls in partnership with Jackson Public Schools, spelling bees for students in the third and fifth grades, scholarships for students to attend historically Black colleges and universities. And On Track is a program in which we provided tutorials to students at the Bethlehem Center. During the summer, this chapter hosted a summer enrichment program at the Ivy Academy, which led to one student receiving a full scholarship to attend the PIMS program at Piney Woods Country Life School.
And some of these we still do, don't we?
Yes, and President Haynes presented to the United Negro College Fund a substantial financial contribution during the taping of his annual Parade of Stars telethon. And a famous favorite singer of mine, Lou Rawls, used to be the host. So that was well before your time. But you probably don't even know who that is, but it was a huge deal to have a member and our president on national television giving that check. That was a huge deal.
Absolutely. And now, is there anything else?
Well, you know there is. There always is. Beta Delta Omega was called on by our international president, White, at the time, to sponsor one of 10 sites for the Ivy Reading Omega pilot program. Walton Elementary School in Jackson received weekly tutorials from both Beta Delta Omega and the undergraduate chapter members at Gamma Rho of Jackson State. So we also partner with 24 women's organizations to financially support and build a home through Habitat for Humanity. Remember, we're a founding partner. So we partner with those organizations to build another women's home.
Wow. And what were the healthcare initiatives?
The healthcare initiatives started with the Albemarle Healthcare Center was chosen. We chose that as our Ivy Cottage, and activities were held at the center to commemorate Mother's and Father's Days, Easter, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Health fairs were sponsored in collaboration with the Jackson Medical Mile Foundation.
And Beta Delta Omega took and still takes service seriously.
Oh, yes, we supported the arts. We honored trailblazers in music, contributed to the Smith Robertson Museum and Cultural Center. And this is also the time when we started tracking our spending during the month of April for Black Dollar Days. Are you tracking yours? But I think I'm more impressed with how President Haynes supported members of the chapter.
And what do you mean?
She offered a babysitting service to members with small children during the chapter meetings. Um, and when you have young chapter members and families and young children, that's significant. And it really impressed me when I learned that about her administration. And she also honored members with the President's Spirit Award each month to acknowledge those who demonstrated sisterly love.
Hmm.
Chapter also began a mentoring program to develop professional bonding and sisterhood with undergraduate members at Jackson State and Tougaloo College.
Wow. She really celebrated the spirit and service of Alpha Kappa Alpha. But let's switch gears a bit as we near the end of the period. The final president of the period was Marva Walker Bradford, correct?
Yes, marvelous Marva Walker Bradford. That's another one of those three names. I love her. I love her. She was a senior when I was a first year student at Tougaloo, but
Hmm.
she was so impressive as a student and president of Gamma Omicron. Um, I was not surprised when she became the youngest president in Beta Delta Omega history. And at that time, when she became president, Beta Delta Omega was 69 years old.
Wow, that is really impressive. Most presidents only want to do it once, not twice.
True, indeed. But President Bradford was about growth and impact. Under her administration, the chapter broadened its community outreach through its educational branches of the Ivy Academy at the Bethlehem Center. The chapter sponsored tutorials, Black history programs, clothing drives, prepared and served Thanksgiving dinner to a local community, and hosted its annual Christmas program at the Bethlehem Center.
So we have a really good tie at the Bethlehem Center. I look forward to it every year.
Yes, I enjoyed it as well.
What are the other accomplishments of this period?
We continued our service in healthcare, hosting health fairs at the Jackson Medical Mall, sponsoring a student to the Southeastern Region Partners in Mathematics, again, PIMS, at Piney Woods.
And I know we continued working with Walton Elementary.
Yes, but what people may not know is that the Ivy Academy played an integral part in Walton Elementary improving from a level 3 to a level 4 school. And all the educators who are listening, they know exactly what that means.
Absolutely, that is really impressive.
And of course, we continue to partner with our foundation, with CAP, to host Fashionetta as our annual fundraiser before we switch to our new one. That allows us to do, that would allow us to do our work every year. Fashionetta was a really big deal for all the young ladies in the area, and it provided young girls ages 6 through 10 and 16 to 18 workshops on etiquette, social interaction, community outreach opportunities.
I know that was a lot of work.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. But President Bradford led admirably during her administration and even established and fostered cooperative working relationships with both undergraduate chapters, Gamma Omicron and Gamma Rho.
I'm so proud to hear that we have such a record of service at the level and that BDO members have always taken the lead. We have made it a real impact in our community.
And the world.
Absolutely. Well, Dr. Love Jackson, I thank you for your time and sharing your knowledge with me and our listeners today.
You're very welcome.
This concludes episode 8 with Dr. Love Jackson. We invite you to continue to listen as we celebrate 90 years of Beta Delta Omega. Please subscribe and tune in to our next episode.